The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program, and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
Hello, and we're back for one more show, Table Topics, and on the other side, it's John. How you doing, John?
Bon dia. How are you
Bon
today?
dia. It's good that you start to learn.
Yeah,
I can teach you a couple new words too.
I might need to learn it. Who knows in the future?
Well, I'm not going to tell him when can you use it. I will just teach you them.
All right. Well, that's good.
So, very good. Sure, it's the day after the debate, and debate has to be the topic of the show today.
Sure.
Has to.
Sure.
And Tapu, it's been a couple of shows that we actually don't talk, national politics. But
Exactly.
before we go there, I would like to disclose something. I know you don't have Facebook account.
Sure.
So I'm being back and forth with some friends. I would say probably 6-7 friends out of, I don't know how many friends I have on Facebook. I never saw the number, but I probably will say I have probably 400 friends. I don't know.
Sure.
So yesterday, 2 hours before the debate, I made up my mind and I did not watch the debate.
How come?
Because I know nothing was going to be there that was going to be news for me. Nothing that was going to be there that was going to change my mind, that my mind had already set. But with that being said, what I did was I apologized for my friends. And I have to say that I only blocked the ones they were Trump supporters, not Republicans. I have a lot of Republican friends there, but it's a difference between a Trump supporter and a Republican.
Okay.
So I apologize because I don't want them. I have tremendous respect for all my friends. And I don't want this to interfere on our friendship.
Okay.
And the way that things are going, I can see on their comments back to me that they are getting frustrated. It's only my opinion. You can say anything that you want to. It's not going to change my opinion.
Sure.
We're just going to get mad at each other for nothing, for a stupid thing. Okay. And then, so instead of me losing your friendship for the rest of the life, I prefer to mute you so you cannot see what I'm posting because it are aggravating you what I'm posting.
Yeah.
And whatever you're posting, it's aggravating me.
Yeah.
Because in both sides, it's lies.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to defend your lies, you have to accept that I'm going to defend my lies too.
Yeah.
Because they're all lies. At the end of the day, they're all lies. Out of 100 news, only one is true. All 99, it's fake. So, in both sides, again, in both sides. So what I did was I apologized and I mute them. So now they no longer see what I post and I don't longer see what they post.
Yeah.
And what made me really make that decision was a conversation that I was having in line with the city council,
Okay.
which a city council posted saying, well, next time that I run for office, I'm going to ask my questions in advance. And I told them, I asked them, do you have proofs that a candidate got, oh, it's all over the media. Well, whatever it's all over the media cannot be true or could not, or cannot be true. So you cannot just put that like, it's definitely, he definitely got the answers.
Yeah.
You cannot prove just because the media said it that doesn't mean that's true. So, and we went back and forth, and then I decided, I said, that's what I have to do. And on top of it, and on top of all of this, I'm not going to watch the debate, because I'm pretty sure an hour after, I'm going to put TV on and I'm going to hear the bits on the news, whatever, both sides going to pick up from the debate. And today, I already know, if you go Trump win the debate. If you ask Biden win the debate. So I'm still in today, after the debate and now watching the debate, I still have the same information and the same feelings that I had yesterday morning before the debate.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it. You couldn't hear. I mean, when Trump started talking, Biden interrupted him. When Biden started talking, Trump interrupted him. Chris Wallace, who was the moderator, was not controlling either of them, to be honest with you. I found one of the folks that was on last night during the debate told the other person to shut up, called him a clown 2 or 3 times, told him to keep quiet. And you'd be surprised who that person was that did that. And that person said that, and the moderator said absolutely nothing. So the moderator lost control. And to me, the moderator at times was siding with Vice President Biden. When somebody says to someone, shut up, and you're at a debate, you have to intervene there. That's uncalled for. You know what I mean? People are talking about, decorum and all this other jazz. You can't do that. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I think Chris Wallace lost control of that debate. He needed to, bring them both in. Both President Trump and Vice President Biden needed to be, pushed in, or brought in, and because they were just talking over each other. Half the time, you couldn't hear what either one of them were saying. And there were a few questions that were asked, and that you didn't get any responses. So
when Trump last year said to Hillary Clinton, if it was up to me, you will be in jail, did the moderator tell him that it was not appropriate?
How was that? Yeah, but that has nothing to do with decorum and saying shut up, keep quiet, calling people a clown. You know what I mean? That's totally different, Carlos. That's totally different.
So for the past 2 years, calling Joe Biden Sleepy Joe, Sniffy Joe, it's not part of the quorum too?
I mean, he wasn't calling him that during the debate. I'm talking about during the debate. You know what I mean?
It's so much. It's so much punch that you can get.
Biden, Carlos, they all say stupid things about each other. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They call him, he's a white supremacist. Trump's a Nazi. He's this, that, and the other thing. They all do it. You know what I mean? But I'm talking
and
about
him going and on the debates. If he keeps going on the Joe Biden's time, because it's Joe Biden's time to speak,
yep,
and keeping interrupting him too.
Yep.
You don't think that's part of the?
It's both ways, Carlos. When President Trump was talking, Biden did the same exact thing. Exact thing.
That's why I'm saying we cannot ask for one to use the quorum when the other one is not. No. So they both did it. They both did it.
Well, Trump didn't tell him to shut up. Trump didn't call him a clown twice. He didn't tell him to keep quiet. He didn't do any of that. So that's the only thing that I took out of the debate. I wasn't really surprised that was the case, that he did that. Really, to be honest with you, I think President Trump should have let Biden talk, because that would have just pushed out. You know what I mean? I think, he should just let him talk and give his say. Whenever Trump started talking, Biden did the same thing. So, it is what it is.
Well, another bite that I saw on the news that I would like to talk about too is when he went after Biden's son.
Okay.
Which I thought that he defended the son very well.
Okay.
You know, he already paid for.
Paid for
That's a
what?
very because Trump was telling him that the son got off the army or whatever, the service, because there was drug problems or whatever, which he said yes, and he paid for. But he should have come back with a different technique.
Well,
Because if it was him, I will ask Mr. Trump, is my son running for office?
okay.
Okay.
Carlos.
So you already paid. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
You already paid for what he did. You already paid for what he did. Okay. I only have one son to defend. You have 5. You wanna go there? You wanna try to defend your 5 kids, which my son already paid for what he did? Your kids probably will end up in jail in the next 5 years. Okay. So you wanna go there? You wanna talk about our kids instead of our problems on our country? Won't you think will be a good answer for Biden?
No, I think what he was trying to put out there is that Biden's son got over $3 million from the mayor of Moscow, Russia. Okay. Biden was on a company called Burmisa, I guess is what it was. Or he was on the board of directors getting like $500,000 or whatever a month. Okay. And he also went to China and got $1 billion from China. Okay. So what I think was being put out there is that someone that was a drug addict, right after he gets discharged from the military, he's on his way to Ukraine, getting all this money, serving on this board. What experience did he have? Why did he get $3 million from the mayor of Moscow, Russia? Why? What did he do to do that?
Let me ask you this, and let's turn the plate now.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Trump kids.
Okay.
Didn't they get free money too? Didn't they get deals out of the country? We all know that they did. We all know they did. So what is the difference? What's the difference?
Carlos, name one thing that they got.
Listen, it's all over the place. Oh, somebody's calling him in, and I don't know what it is, so I'm gonna have to hang up. Sorry. So the thing is, it's all over the news. Again, could be fake. I'm not saying that's true, but it's all over the news too. So if you cannot prove one side, you cannot prove the other side too. If you're gonna just pick up news from fake places.
Carlos, this stuff on Biden is coming out of the Intelligence Committee right now. That they found that he had got $3 million from the mayor of Moscow. That's from the intelligence groups. That he and he admitted it. Biden said yes, he was on that board, and it was called Burmisa. Anyway, I'm mispronouncing it, but he was on that. What background did he have in energy? He doesn't have any background in energy.
But it's illegal what he did?
No, it's not illegal. But why was he on that?
That's the point. If it's not illegal, it's nothing we can do. It's nothing you can do or I can do. It's illegal. It's just like it's legal for Trump not to pay tax. It's the same thing. What are we going to do? We cannot do anything. He followed the laws on the book, and he got away with free tax.
The Obama administration said that was a conflict of interest. That company was under investigation. It was a conflict of interest for the vice president's son to be on that board when it was under investigation. The U.S. State Department admitted this. Okay. Biden can say all day that he didn't know, but the U.S. State Department during these hearings has admitted that it was a conflict of interest. You're going into the Ukraine, which is an extremely corrupt country, and you put your son on a board of a company that's under investigation. You know what I mean? It's not a good look. It's not a good look.
And you don't think on the other side, they are the investigation too, that all the investments that he's doing in Russia and all these investments that he wants to do outside the country?
Carlos, didn't you just hear on the news that Trump is in debt $400 million? Where could that come from? He gives his salary away every year. He's giving his salary to a company. He's working for free. He's lost his money.
This is not an excuse, John. This is not an excuse for him. Just because he's giving him $400,000 for every time he went 18 times to play golf. We spent $136 million paying for him to go play golf. So don't you think that it's enough money for him to give $400,000? Oh, big deal. He's giving his salary.
Carlos. Bush went to Texas. Obama went to Hawaii. All right. Clinton went to Arkansas. They all did it. They all did.
But this is the man. But
wait a minute.
Listen. But this is the man that said
they kept their salary. They kept their salary, though. Didn't they not keep their salary? Okay.
They kept their salary. Fine. So, but this is the man that says that too bad Obama plays more golf than he's in the White House. He gets in there, and now he's playing so far more. In 3 years and a half, he played more golf than Obama played in 8 years. That's the same guy.
Where did you see that? On CNN? On MSNBC?
It's all over the place. It's
Which
not
one?
just CNN. It's not. It's all over the place. MSN, ABC. They're all over the place.
Well, yeah, Carlos, you got to kind of listen to some of this stuff. It's not true sometimes. You know what I mean? Like you just said, it's not true. You know what I mean? Some of this stuff is not true.
Right now, the problem that we're going right now is one.
Yep.
It's no longer two parties, a Democrat Party and a Republican Party.
Sure.
We're fighting three. We're fighting Trump, a Democrat Party, and a Republican Party.
Yep.
Period. Because it's people out there, they don't care if Trump was socialist. It's people out there, they didn't care if the Trump was socialist. They will fight for him. They will bring the guns out and kill people.
Carlos, same thing with Biden supporters. The same exact thing. With Biden supporters. Let me just throw this out at you. It doesn't matter what party it is, right? You have somebody like the Clintons that they got into the White House, and I think they were worth $400,000. Now they're worth millions. Same thing with Obama. He was worth maybe $1 million. He just bought a $14 million house on Martha's Vineyard and probably a $14 million house in Chicago. So if we want to talk about people taking money and stuff like that, you got to look all the way back. You know what I mean? You got to look all the way back. So it's hard, to me, it's like we're talking about this, but you know what? It's all the same. So
I understand that. I understand that, John.
To go after
but here's the thing. Why are we... Listen, it's just like when we vote for mayors.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay? We vote because they say they're going to be better.
Yeah.
They say they're going to do different.
Yeah.
That's why we vote for them. Okay. When they get in, and now I'm just referring. We can go local. We can go into city politics. We can go into the mayor's office. Okay, it's the same thing. As soon as they get there, they have the excuse. Well, but the other one did it. But we put you there to be different from the other one. So this doesn't mean this don't give you an excuse to do what the other one did.
Okay, all right. So basically, the person plays too much golf. How many wars have prior presidents brought us into? In the last 10 years, how many wars have we gone into in prior presidents?
We have a big war here inside of our country.
No, answer the question. How many wars have we gone through?
What you trying to tell me to say is that this is the only president that didn't bring us to a war.
Thank you.
That's what you want me to say.
Yes, correct.
But in the meantime, I can tell you. I said it. But in the meantime, okay, he's creating, and this country is in big war right now.
With who?
Okay. Look around on the news. It's people hitting cops. It's people putting fires everywhere.
Carlos. And that's this president's fault? We didn't have that happen before?
Why is not this president? I never saw this before. I didn't saw all this before.
Yeah, well, this is all paid for. Do people have bricks? People have bricks. All of a sudden, there's a protest and there's bricks lying outside at the protest. You don't think?
Well, you think they're going to Home Depot to buy bricks?
Somebody is. A pallet of bricks don't show up on the side. Haven't you seen that on the news? You haven't seen that on the news? Come on, Carlos. Come on.
You make me laugh.
I'll send you the clip of that if you don't believe that. Okay, you don't believe that they're
where that comes from a Hennessy show?
No, it didn't. I'll have. You know what? I guess it has to be on CNN or MSNBC for people to believe things, and you know that they're not going to tell you things that are going to make them look in the bad side. So you know what I mean? Come on, Carlos.
Listen, we've been around in politics for a long time. We've been observing politics for a long time. I know what people are capable to do and what people are not capable to do.
So let me ask you this. How many other prior presidents have had peace treaties, such as Serbia? We've had, during this presidency, we've had a peace agreement with Serbia, Kosovo, okay, Bahrain. I think it's Oman. I can think of at least 4 or 5 countries that we've had peace treaties with. I can't remember a president going back to maybe Reagan that we've had this. But all this.
So, you know what he told them?
What?
Hold back and stand by.
Carlos, come on now.
That's what he tells them.
Hold back and stand by. Okay.
Because if he loses this election, all that it's dust. All those great deals are done.
Well, but what is that? Well, what does that tell you, Carlos?
So we have to keep him in office so he could have peace with the other countries.
So basically, yeah, you're saying the next president that would come in would get rid of all that, right?
No, remember, they are the ones on standby, not us. No, they're the ones on standby, waiting for him to lose the election.
That's not it. But whatever. You know what I mean? The sun will still come up tomorrow. The sun will still come up.
I know, and it's very sad what I'm watching out there. It's very sad people not respecting other people's ideas. It's like you're not the same. It's like you're not the same person because you don't agree with me. You're not the same person. You know. I was not expecting that from you. It's my opinion.
Carlos, again, where's the violence coming from? Wear a Trump hat for 1 week in Fall River, and I want to see how many times you get hit in the face or something gets wrecked. If I wear a Biden hat, do you think anything's going to happen to me in the city? So the violence is coming from one direction. That's where the violence is coming from. You might see these sporadic things, but I imagine the 2 police officers that were just killed out in Los Angeles County, or not killed, were shot. Shot in their car. I would gather it's probably not a Trump supporter shooting the police. Maybe I'm crazy, but maybe not.
So if Biden wins, all this will stop?
I don't know. His vice president, Kamala Harris, said it's not going to stop. That's what she said. This is not going to stop. So I don't know. I mean, she said
no. Is the MAGA hats gonna stop the harassment and because now he's no longer in office?
Well, when have people that have Trump hats harassed people? I've never seen that on the news. Have you?
No, it's videos out there.
How? But why isn't it on the news?
It's videos out there. It was just I think it was yesterday. I saw a video. A guy that was had a hat on, and he went into a store or whatever, and the guy just punched him. He laid down dead.
Who had the hat? What hat did the person have on?
The guy that went down.
What hat did he have on? Trump hat?
Yes.
Oh, that's what I'm trying to say, Carlos. When is a Trump?
Yeah, but he entered a business that he had no business to enter to arrest people.
What are you talking about? I'm confused.
It was a video that I saw online. Yep. There's 2 guys with Trump hats that went into a business to try to arrest people. And what they did was the owner, he was surprised when the guy got up. When the guy got up, he got a surprise how tall the guy was, and how big the guy is. He just punched him once, and the guy lay down on the ground.
Okay, but what was he? How can a civilian arrest somebody?
John, but that's the thing. Well, to me, it's self-defense. You came into my store to arrest me, so I'm defending myself now, right? I mean, should be both ways.
Carlos, yeah, you're right, but it's got to be. I want to see the whole context of the video. that two people are going to go in with a Trump hat and harass someone.
But that's the thing, John.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. They're in both sides. They don't know the limits. They don't know the limits.
I agree.
You know,
but the majority.
one thing is if the guy is outside in public sidewalk and trying to harass the guy. Another thing is if he comes into my store, okay, now I'm going to defend myself.
Carlos.
So that's why I'm thinking the guy's going to walk away from this because it's self-defense. Hey, too bad.
Carlos, again, you wear a Trump hat for a week. I'll wear a Biden hat around Fall River for a week. Who do you think's going to get hurt? Who's got more of a likelihood of getting hurt?
Well, I don't see that much in Fall River, but it's some cities out there, yeah, you cannot use it.
Yeah.
But in Fall River, I don't see. I mean, I drive by houses that have Trump flags, and I see cars that have Trump flags. I don't see that much violence, you know.
So
I mean, I think the only problem we had was the old man that he got, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody tried to steal. I think, to tell you the truth, I think it was the only two accidents that I knew in Fall River.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. If you go with the Trump hat somewhere else, you probably get killed.
Yeah. And so so you were trying to say that, you know, basically the Trump people are going to create a problem if Trump doesn't get in. That's not been the case. It's been the other way around, has it not? The majority of the stuff has been the other way around, because if not, you'd be wearing a Trump hat for the next week here in Fall River. If you didn't believe that was not a problem, you would be wearing a Trump hat for the rest of the week in Fall River. If you didn't think that people were after like somebody wearing a hat.
Tell you the truth, one of the things that it's a few things that I like that he accomplished.
No, Carlos, I don't even care about that. What I'm trying to say is,
but what I was trying to say is, but the reason is that I'm not supporting him is because I don't think that I cannot say qualifications, but he's the kind of a person that's not what this country fights for. That's not what this country is. And that's what I don't like on him.
We don't want jobs to come back from China, jobs to come back that we sold ourselves.
Well, would be nice. Would be nice if his fabric, if he start makes his ties in America and his hats in America. That would be nice because they all have China tags on. So yeah, that's nice.
They should, yeah, they should bring them back. They should. But how many years did we sell ourselves to China? Our medicine's made in China. Our medicine.
Yeah, but again, he's not. I understand that, but he's not no one. He's the president. He's the one that said, "I'm bringing jobs to America." So start by example. Shut your factories there. Start buying in America, because even the red hats that he's so proud, and people use it for so proud, and say that they want the jobs to come to America. They read the tag; it's made in China.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you. I'm not going to give you an argument.
You know, do that make sense? No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree. Hey, it is what it is, Carlos. No matter who
I know, John.
No matter
I know that it's 1 more month.
Yeah. No matter who gets in, the sun's going to rise the next day. So
I know they are, and the day after the elections, I'm going to open all my friends again, and I'm going to say hello to them.
Well, that's why I don't have Facebook.
Because then I think it's the only way for me to keep them as friends is if they don't see what I post and I don't see what they post, because we don't agree with, you know. And before we get personal, you know, into personal. Yeah. Back and forth, I prefer it this way. They don't see me, I don't see them. We will meet after the election.
And that's why I'm not on Facebook.
So, and that's the end of the show. Wow, was like a debate.
Yeah, I know. Geez, huh? I know. Geez.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, I'm glad that you didn't call me a clown.
No, there's no reason to call. I didn't tell you, neither you or I said to shut up. So I mean, that's good,
and I didn't told you to shut up. So.
Well, you could have said it in Portuguese. I would have known what you meant. I mean, I know that word.
Call it.
What is it?
Call it. Takalad. Talk
Oh,
a lot. Shut up.
I thought it was Kalabuka.
Kalabuka. Shut
Okay.
your mouth.
Yeah.
Shut
All
your
right,
mouth.
See, all right. So, see, I knew it.
So I'll see you next week for one more show. Thank you, John.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good day.